So let us begin with the stock notation. So we have studied about that what is oxidation number, है ना? How we just can calculate the oxidation number, how we calculate the oxidation reduction reactions, है ना? So whenever an element release an electron or lose an electrons, so that will come to its oxidation state plus oxidation state, and when an element accepts the electron, it will come into minus oxidation state. Clear? So now we'll talk about that how we will represent these oxidation state generally in the nomenclature. Nomenclature matlab naming. When we do naming, when we means assign names to the compound. This thing we will learn in organic chemistry in detail. Okay. So for example, let's just understand about the normal compound. है ना? So sometimes we'll not be able to calculate or know the oxidation state, but by seeing the name of that compound, we can just clearly say that this is that oxidation state, means this oxidation state is related to this element in that particular compound. Okay. So the notation which was used was stock notation. So stock notation is a notation used where the oxidation state of the element is represented by Roman numbers. So just after the elements, they represents the oxidation state of that element in bracket with the help of Roman numbers. So for example, let us talk about FeO. है ना? So if you want to calculate the oxidation state, to just you can write simple formula. FeO means here we have -2 oxidation state. If -2 is oxidation state of oxygen, so clearly we can calculate the iron. So here iron shows +2 oxidation state. If I ask you to write the name of this compound, so how we will write? You have to mention the compound name as well as the oxidation state. So that will be F second O. F second O. This second shows the oxidation state of the iron here. Okay. Next in Fe2O3. Fe2O3. So here the oxidation state of iron is 3. CuO. The oxidation state of copper is 2. Cu2O. The oxidation state of copper is 1. So the compound that is formed by element having more than one type of oxidation state, its names differentiate by the Roman number written in the bracket the back of the element name. The Roman number shows the value of oxidation number of the elements. So the compound is formed by elements only has one type of oxidation number. The Roman number does not need written. The IUPAC nomenclature applies in both ionic and covalent compounds. So what happens? All those compounds which bear more than two oxidation state, and it become quite necessary to mention the oxidation state with elements. So at that time we used to write in the bracket in Roman number. So IUPAC nomenclature is just applied to all these. So for example, the IUPAC nomenclature of some covalent compounds are carbon monoxide. So if you just write according to IUPAC, generally we used to write in general carbon monoxide is a simple name. But according to IUPAC, you have to mention the oxidation state also. So carbon second oxide, here the oxidation state of carbon is 2. CO2, carbon 4 oxide. So carbon 4, common name is carbon dioxide. Now we have carbon 4 oxide. So this carbon 4 oxide in this we have +4 oxidation state which is associated with the carbon. C2O3, phosphorus third oxide. So oxidation state of phosphorus is +3. N2O5, oxidation state of N is +5 here. Cl2O7, oxidation state of chlorine is +7 here. So that is how we used to mention the oxidation state in stock notation and the Roman number just after your element symbol. Limitations of oxidation number. The main limitation of oxidation number is that oxidation number cannot be assigned a particular species. Main limitation is that we cannot assign a particular specific oxidation number. Why? Because every time each and every time that element combined with other elements, the oxidation number changes. है ना? Sometimes we know that oxidation normal oxidation number of oxygen is -2, but what happened when oxygen combined with the means with non-metals, is oxidation number changed to +2, है ना? with it, when it combined with electronegative, अपने से ज्यादा electronegative से कंबाइन होगा तो इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव मजबूर कर देगा कि भाई वो इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्ट करने की जगह डोनेट करे. So at that time its oxidation will change from -2 to +2. So that is the limitation of oxidation state, that कि भाई even though कहा गया कि oxidation number आपके elements को हम assign कर रहे हैं, but still that was not specific. Clear? Next is the secondary limitation is that in recent part it has been find out that oxidation process is visualized as a decrease in electron density and reduction process as an increase in electron density around the atom involved the reaction. What is the secondary limitation? That sometimes your oxidation means state or your oxidation process is just visualized, sometimes decrease or sometimes increase. How? Okay, if the electron density is less, है ना, if the oxidation process जो होगा वो हमें तब दिखता है जब इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी कम हो, और रिडक्शन प्रोसेस तब दिखता है जब इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी ज्यादा हो. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, चीजें मिसमैच हो गई. ये लिमिटेशन थी कि भाई हम इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी के हिसाब से वहां पे उसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाए. ओके. In one situation, the reagent itself is intensely colored. Here, in this case, the permanganate ion it act as self indicators. Here, the end point is reaches to after the blast of the reactant in oxide and first lasting thing to the pink color appear at the low concentration. क्या होता है बेटा? Titration is a process in which we will take oxalic acid and some color substances और हम drop by drop वहां पर उनको mix कराते हैं. ठीक है. उससे क्या होता है? रिडक्शन एंड ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेस होता है. आयंस रिलीज होते हैं, निकल जाते हैं. वो क्या होते हैं आपके? वो होते हैं कि वो डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ आयन होते हैं. हमने ये चीज देखी है, जैसे कॉपर सल्फेट का आप लोगों ने 8th में पढ़ा था. यू हैव स्टडीड अबाउट कॉपर सल्फेट कि व्हेन आयरन इज मिक्स्ड विद कॉपर सल्फेट, आयरन नेल्स mixed with copper sulfate, so at a particular after a particular period of time what happened, that iron means the color of your copper sulfate solution will change from blue to greenish blue color. Why? Because of the displacement reaction. And this thing we will learn about when we know the reactivity series, which is mentioned at the right side. So how we came to know that which element can replace or displace the previous compound element on the basis of stability. Sometimes what happened, every time when you react a compound or element with water, with acid or with steam, तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ हाइड्रोजन विल टेक्स प्लेस. है ना? क्या होगा? हाइड्रोजन वहां से निकल जाएगा. है ना? फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई रिएक्ट Na with HCl, so what happen? NaCl will form and hydrogen will come out. ठीक है. So when you react your matters with acid, with your cold water, with steam or acid, there will be displacement of hydrogen takes place, and you must know that which element can displace hydrogen in which condition. So it's a listing of metals by reactivity. So free metals higher on the list displace metal cation lower on the list. So the above the hydrogen elements, all those elements which are above the hydrogen can displace the hydrogen and can displace the lower one element, because at the top of the bottom is the most reactive element, and when we move down to the this list the reactivity decreases. So metal above hydrogen will dissolve in acids. So for example, your Zn plus Fe, they easily dissolve. Copper and iron, they do not generally shows any reaction, but it depends that you are mixing copper in iron or iron in copper. Which one is more reactive? As you can see, iron is here, and where is copper? At the down bottom. So the reaction is actually based on means based on that which element you are adding in the compound. अगर आप कम reactive को add कर रहे हो तो ज़्यादा reactive को displace नहीं कर पाएगा. If you want to a displacement reaction, तो क्या होगा, you have to consider the more reactive element, है ना, to displaces. Zn plus H, आपके Zn will combine from Zn2 positive and H. So what happened? This is the reactivity series. So take a screenshot. Take a screenshot so that you will came to know that which element can replace this, the least reactive element. Done. So what happened? The hydrogen above elements from potassium to this sodium. When you react these elements, even in cold water or normal water, they can replace hydrogen. Other elements can replace hydrogen in the form of, means in steam, from steam. Steam is H2O in vaporized form. Okay, and although all these elements can replace the elements from, means hydrogen from acids easily. So there is an example. For example, you just mix two elements, magnesium and copper. So what happened? The magnesium will react with copper 2 positive to form Mg2 positive and copper metal. Clear? There is a copper sulfate solution. This is the copper sulfate solution. Blue color solution is copper sulfate solution, and you can say or copper ion. And this is the magnesium strip. So you can see the reaction will take place. But copper will not react with magnesium. If you do the, means if you just reverse the reaction, so what happened? This reverse reaction will not be possible. Why? As you can see in this, the copper come here and magnesium come here. So what happened? Your more reactive can, means react with the least reactive, but vice versa is not possible, as you can see in this reaction. So what happened? Your magnesium will become Mg2 positive and your copper 2 positive will become Cu. But the vice versa reaction will not take place. Okay. This concept was taken in consideration in electrochemical cells. Can you tell me what do you mean by electrochemical cells? Yes, what are electrochemical cells? Electrochemical cells are those cells which are actually used for what? These cells are used for performing different types of reactions, and means both the reduction and oxidation takes place when the chemical reactions takes place in presence of electricity. जब हम electricity का use करके chemical reactions को करते हैं, so these are known as electrochemical cells, है ना? I think you all have studied about electrochemical cells in 8th class. Electrolysis process, electroplating. So what happened in these electrochemical cells? We have anode and cathode, which is attached by battery or some power source, and these electrodes, cathode and anode, are dipped in a cell. है ना? So whenever we just turn on the light, what happened? Turn on the switch on the battery, what happened? The electrochemical cells start, means your electricity will start move from your wire to your electrode. That will show reduction and oxidation in different types of cells. ठीक है, ये चीज हमें याद रखनी है कि भाई इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सेल्स इज व्हाट? इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सेल्स वो होते हैं जिसमें we use electricity to perform our chemical reaction, and in that reduction and oxidation both takes place at a single time. Clear? So electrochemistry is the study of redox reactions that produces or require an electric current. Okay. The conversion between chemical energy and electrical energy is carried out in an electrochemical cell. So what happened? We know this thing that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. We can convert it from one form to another form. So in electrochemical cells, what we are doing? We are converting the electrical energy into chemical energy. This is what we are doing, right? Okay, this is what we are doing. We are just converting electrical energy into chemical energy. हम इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी अगर नहीं देंगे तो केमिकल रिएक्शंस नहीं होंगी. ठीक है, So spontaneous redox reactions takes place in a voltaic cell, also known as galvanic cells, batteries, and voltaic cells. And I think you are familiar with the voltaic cells. Voltaic cells means आपके घर में जो बैटरीज हम यूज करते हैं जितनी भी होती है वो, और आपके सारे galvanic cells. क्या होता है spontaneous reaction? मतलब what are spontaneous reaction? That occurs spontaneously, very fast. Means if you just turn on the means switch on the light or switch on the battery key, what happened? They react. Their reaction just actually happens just after switching on the key. ठीक है, ये अब डिटेल में we will study अब when we go down to the chapter about voltaic cell and galvanic cell. So non-spontaneous redox reaction can be made to occur in electrolytic cell by adding an electrical energy. So non-spontaneous reactions में क्या होता है? देखो, listen. Spontaneous reactions occurs just instantly. They just react means when you mix the compounds, the reaction will take place. But if we talk about the non-spontaneous reaction, so we require extra energy or extra electricity from outside. अगर हमारी कोई रिएक्शन नहीं होती है फॉर एग्जांपल, तो क्या करते हैं हम लोग? we used to do, we used to heat it. Sometimes we used to use chemical means electrical energy. तो नॉन स्पॉन्टेनियस रिएक्शंस को अगर करने के लिए to perform the perform the non spontaneous reactions, we used to use electricity. ठीक है, हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को यूज करते हैं to carry forward the non spontaneous reaction in electrochemical cells. आपके मान लो हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोड, हमने इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल्स ले लिए, इलेक्ट्रोड्स ले लिए, वो तब तक रिएक्ट नहीं करेंगे जब तक हमारे पास क्या नहीं होगी? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं होगी, बैटरी नहीं होगी. ठीक है, सो लेट अस टॉक अबाउट इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ योर इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल. फर्स्ट वन इज एनोड एंड कैथोड. So electrode, anode is electrode where oxidation occur. We have different types, two types of electrode in electrolytic cell. So on electrode, the oxidation occur. Ion attached to it, okay, connected to the positive end of the battery in electrolytic cell. So anode is attached to the positive end of the battery. Lose weight in electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell में अपना weight lose करेगी. How it loses weight? Because once you switch on the key, it start dissolving in the solution. हमारी एक एनोड, एक कैथोड क्या हो, एक इलेक्ट्रोड क्या होगी? डिसॉल्व होती है और दूसरी पे डिपोजिशन होता है. That is how we used to do electroplating. Clear? इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग प्रोसेस आपने 8th में पढ़ा था कि हम कॉपर की इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग करते हैं. वी यूज्ड टू डू इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग ऑफ कॉपर. सो जिसका इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग हमें करना है, दैट हैज टू बी अटैच्ड ऑन एनोड. So what happened when you turn on the key? It start dissolving in the solution, and just opposite to that, opposite reaction will occur at cathode. Deposition will take place. So that it is that reaction where the reduction occur. Cations comes and attached to it, means deposition will take place. Connected to the negative end of the battery in electrolytic cell. Weight gain in electrolytic cell, electrode where plating takes place in electroplating. So the metal which we want to deposit should be attached on anode, and the metal on which we want to deposit something should be attached on cathode. अगर मुझे कॉपर की इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग करनी है आयरन के ऊपर, जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, तो मैं क्या करूंगी? कॉपर को अटैच करूंगी एनोड के साथ, and I will attach iron plate on cathode. So what happened when I turn on the key? The copper will start dissolving from the anode side and start depositing on the cathode side. Clear? Note it down. Just note this thing down, where we used to attach cathode, where we used to attach anode. This is actually very important point. All right.